What is what it do? It's me, Asia, and I'm back with another video, child. So, in my last video, I talked about the importance of waiting. I ended off on that, and I was telling this young lady, I said, you know, what is the fear that you might have when it comes to losing this person? Like, what is it that you'll lose? And then it hit me. I said, is it the fact that you think that you'll never find somebody else like him? So this is what I want to say. A lot of times we'll run into someone that's different. Everybody you meet will show you something different. They will, as you continue to get to know them, they will show you something different about themselves, but they will also show you something different about you. They will bring out either the good in you or they will bring out the bad parts in you. One thing I love about God is that he uses the things around us to show what's inside of us. He uses our circumstances to shine the light on what's inside. And I'm very grateful for that. Does it feel good in the moment? No. Does it hurt? Absolutely. But is this something that I can take with me and learn from? Yes. And I am choosing to learn and grow every step of the way. I was getting over something, or thought I was over something that happened to me 3 years ago. And it wasn't bad. I just was mishandled. And it didn't hit me in the beginning that I was being mishandled. But of course, 3 years later, God starts to strip some layers. And it's just like, yeah, daughter, this is something that you have to deal with. Had an encounter with somebody, didn't know that I hadn't forgave them. Thought I had forgiven them. But as soon as the encounter happened, I felt very weird. I felt very upset. And I didn't like that. Because why do I feel this way against somebody? Why do I feel this way against my neighbor? It's crazy. And because I felt that way, I wanted to dig deeper. And as I did some praying, some self-reflection, and just spent some time with myself, I was just like, okay. So I'm grieving. I'm grieving what didn't happen. I'm grieving what I wanted the relationships to be. That's why I said I'm grieving relationships. And honestly, at the end of the day, my biggest problem was just not leaving sooner, staying longer, choosing to fight through the confusion, choosing to fight through the potential. Let me tell you something. Potential will not do anything for you except for cloud your judgment. Potential will have you delaying your blessing. Not saying that you're never going to get it, but it'll just be delayed, because at that point you would have chosen wrong. Do not choose potential over truth any time of the week, any day of the week. I'm telling you, if somebody is showing you something now, it's not going to change later. If you already see something in the person now, it's not going to change later. Yes, people can change and God can do wonderful things. But if that's the case, I'd rather pray for them from a distance than continue praying for them while they're mishandling me and I'm going through. So that was my thing. I was being mishandled and I didn't know it. And then I was having a discussion and said, you know, the problem was they mishandled you, but they also showed you early on that they weren't going to handle you well. They showed you that early on. And it's not to say that it's your fault, but it's just simply to say, it's just like, you love hard. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. You see potential in people. You see hope in people. You see what they could be instead of accepting where they are. Maybe that's the weakness of mine, but I'm learning. I'm learning not to choose confusion. I'm learning not to choose hope, because sometimes you don't need the hope. You don't need to see the hope. You don't need to wish for it. It's like at the end of the day, buddy, if you want to get yourself together, you're going to have to do it without me. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that has been down for somebody. That's a completely different situation. You guys are in it to win it, and I love that for you. But I'm talking about me, okay? Me not being tied or committed to anyone and feeling like I have a freaking soul tied to someone that I'm not even with. I have dealt with that a lot. And it's crazy because to feel so strong about somebody, to feel so strong about where you want to be with them, it's hard. And then the biggest thing is we think that we won't meet anybody else just like them. Guess what? You don't want to. And I told a young lady, I said, you think you won't meet anybody else just like him? You don't want to. The quality that that man has, he can have that. But another man can too. And he'll treat you 10 times better than this one. And I told her, I said, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I've learned, what I'm dealing with right now in my forgiveness and in my healing, what has been revealed to me. There is nothing wrong with seeing the good in somebody. But when does it become tiring? When does it become the last straw when you say, I can see the good in you and still see the good in me? I can see the good in you and still choose better for me. I can see the good in you and still love you from a distance. I can still pray, you know. I can pray that God heals the inner sides of your heart, and that'll be the last thing I ever pray. And, you know, I could see you in public. I could smile at you. And I could still say, this isn't right for me. So, if you were thinking about it, I hope this encourages you to just stand up, leave. If a person is mishandling you right now, they are going to continue to do that. And the longer you stay, the longer it's going to hurt. The harder you're going to feel when it comes to getting out. You're going to feel like it's really hard to get out. But that's because you stayed. Your heart is in it. And you really need to just dust your feet off. You need to let them go. And no matter how hard it hurts, no matter how long your heart takes to detach from what your mind already knows, the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free at the end of the day. And my Lord, I am so glad. And I'm going to tell you this. We think it's all fun and games. We think it's all cute and patchy and all this other stuff. And it's just like, I don't care the age. I don't care the race. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care the occupation. If somebody is mishandling you, if they are immature, because immaturity plus inconsistency, that's a mess. That is a mess. It don't matter. Don't matter the age, honey. That is a mess. You don't want that. You need consistency. You need somebody to be intentional with you. I don't care how nice they being, how sweet they being, how much they sweet talk you, how much they make you laugh. If that is not near any type of intention of actually caring for you, you need to leave. You need not start it before it happens. Know your boundaries. Know your worth. Set high standards. And get this. You're not going to miss what's for you simply because you said no. Because the right person, they gonna come. Love y'all.